Hi, I'm Susan. Today I'm participating in the 50 Stack Challenge 2 hosted by Amy of Crafty Cat. And our prompts for today is boy and girl. So I've got these little boys and I've got these girls. And I'm going to use envelopes that I've made a long time. They were in my to-do box. So I'm going to decorate these. I wish they both were the same size, but they're not. So I'm using what I have. So I hope you're all doing great. And without further ado, let's get started. Well, I hope everyone's doing great. I start off with my envelope by breaking up the busy background by using some book page. And I round my corners and I'm distressing it with walnut stain. I haven't had this color for long and I really love it. I think my vintage photo was feeling a little neglected, although I still love vintage photo. I trimmed those little corners on my label just to follow the design, just to give it a little bit of interest rather than just being square. And I just play around with a few pieces of ephemera washi stickers that I have to see what I want to add. With this kind of a background, I'm having a problem with stuff going to the background. You know, it just blends in too much. But I go ahead and I love these images that I got. They're from Mrs. Cogg's Crafts, both of them. And she just has some great images, and I just love using them. And I decided to put my little bird. I have a thing for birds. My husband and I both, we just love them. And I love how it looks, but it does still blend into the background. But I fix that later on. And now I'm just going to add a few splatters with some watered down gesso. And boy, howdy did it, just big blobs. And I'm so glad I had something covering those little boys' faces. So I just kind of dab it off, and I ended up going with a smaller brush later on. Because I wanted the splatters, but I just didn't want them to be so big. But I get those little, what Barbara 49 Dragonflies calls those little craters when you kind of let it dry a little bit and then dab it off. But I go ahead and add some splatters with my black watercolor. I love this little palette, the gold and the black. It just really helps. And here's my smaller brush, and that does more of what I was looking for. Now this is how I bring definition to my bird, and I just go over it with a Stabilo All pencil, and I love this pencil. I use my Stabilo All a lot to bring definition, and then I just go around it also with a water pen, and it just kind of makes it come from the background. And now I'm going to go around my envelope with some more of the walnut stain, and I'm going to do this front and back. Now my envelope for the girls is going to be done pretty much the same way. I'm going to use my book page, and I'm just going to find different washi stickers and stuff. Since this envelope's a little bit bigger, I have other things that I'll probably add as well. Those of you in the United States have probably heard about the tornadoes that hit my home state of Mississippi. And it has been very serious. Thankfully, it didn't affect me, but it sure affected a lot of folks. And the one in Rolling Forks, that's across the state from us. But there was one that was above us, about an hour away at Amory. And although I haven't lived through a tornado, we had one close to where we live a few years back, and it's just like a town over. And I helped with Samaritan Purse with that one. I helped mostly in the kitchen, but we did my husband and my two sons and I did one day help with the cleanup, and the TV just doesn't do justice to show you the devastation of those tornadoes. So please keep those people in your prayers. I really would appreciate it. Now, as you've seen, I've pretty much done everything like the other card, but since I've got that little bit of extra room on the right side, I decided to add washi tape. And then I just couldn't stop with one washi tape, have to do those threes, so I just add a few more little small pieces around on my card. And now it's time for splatters again, but this time I'm not going to use the white gesso. Since it's girls, I decided to use gold in the black, and I love the way it ends up looking. But first I go ahead and distress my envelope with the walnut stain. Well, here's my finished envelopes. I've got my boy and my girl, and I think they turned out really cute. And I did learn that on these washi stickers, not to use a heat gun. It kind of melts them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Be sure and check out Amy's channel at Crafty Cat, and be sure and check out the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 2 to see what everyone else has made. So y'all have a great and wonderful day, and until next time, bye y'all.